Hi everyone, welcome back to Time Traveling Treasures. I did some thrifting yesterday and I got some pretty interesting things. Let's see what I got. Hi everyone, welcome to Time Traveling Treasures. My name is Lori. I am glad you're here. Please consider subscribing so that way we can do this again sometime. So yesterday I went to the thrift stores. There's 3 thrift stores that I go to on Tuesdays. It's the CHKD, which is a local thrift store for Children's Hospital. And then right next door to that is a Goodwill. So I just walked the little path and you can actually see there's grooves in the dirt where people walk back and forth between the two. And then on the way home, I always hit the Village Thrift. So I did take a video of that yesterday, and if you're interested in seeing the Thrift With Me video, I will have a link for that at the end of the video. And also, at the end of the video, I am going to talk about some of the things that have sold. I don't necessarily do an entire what sold video, but I do showcase a few pieces that have an interesting story or something that was talked about in a previous video. So stay tuned for that too. Okay, let's get started on the thrift haul. So the first place I went to was the CHKD. They have 25% off on Tuesday, so I wanted to make sure I got in there and got all the stuff before it was gone. So I did pretty good there. I found this vase, and this is made in Japan. And when I got it home, I noticed that there is, it's not really a chip in the porcelain, but in the paint. So I paid $2.98 for this, and I'll probably list it for about $20 on eBay. So just so you know, I don't do math. So all of these prices that I'm telling you is before the 25% off, so just, you can figure out the 25% off part. Then I found 4 of these, and these are made in the USA. And I love the vintage American pottery. I just like the feel of it. It does pretty well. Not crazy about the avocado green color, but it was popular during the time that this was made, so we're just gonna go with the vintage feel of the piece. So I've got 4 of these. I paid 48 cents for each of them, and I'll probably sell the 4 of them for about $18 on eBay. This is a decorative plate. And it is cherry china made in Japan. So I paid 98 cents for this. I'll probably list this for about $12. It has a really interesting reticulated border, gilding, and these pieces go pretty well. People use them for wall decor. They'll use them for tidbit trays, for dresser trays. So they have a lot of purposes, and they do actually do pretty well. They're not gonna make, you know, $50 or $60, but I call it one of my bread and butter pieces where I can get it for really, really cheap. And then I try, when I list things, to have a wide range of products at different price points, so that way I'm not just waiting for that really, really, really big item to sell. I've got some smaller things that sell on a more continuous basis that kind of fill in the gaps for when I'm waiting for those big pieces to sell. So we in the retail reseller world call that a slow dime or a fast nickel. So some of these things are going to be better price points, but they'll sell faster. Some of the larger items that have a higher price on it will get me more money in the long run, but they may sit for a little bit longer. I also picked up these hand-painted Nippon plates. And apparently they were with they're in a antique booth or something, because there's a sticker on it that says 3 plates for $15. But there's only 2 plates, so I don't know what happened to the other plate. So I have 2 of them. So I paid 98 cents a piece for these. So I'll probably sell the set for 20. And I got these little guys. This is the first time I've actually picked up the little egg cups. They're not matching, but they're both labeled Japan. So there's this one. Then this one's pretty. And I'll probably sell these for between $6 and $8 a piece. They're very lightweight, they're very easy to ship, and they actually do pretty well. People actually collect these, but they're just marked Japan, and they have a gold gild around the rim of it. And this piece, if you saw the Shop With Me video, I'm sure you will remember this. So these pretty birds, it's so cool, embroidered. I couldn't really pass these up. The colors, the fact that they're birds and parrots, and they just ticked so many boxes, because the vintage embroidery pieces that are framed, they sell really well. The fact that they're parrots is really well. The vibrant colors, that's going to do really well. So I paid $3 for my bird friends, and I will probably list it for between $25 and $30. So I normally wouldn't pick up a piece that big, but because of what it is and the boxes that it ticked, it was worth it for $3. And that's what I got at CHKD. I did not get anything at the Goodwill. There was nothing at the Goodwill. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know it's been kind of hit or miss lately with the Goodwill. I've had days where I've gone in there and there's been nothing on the shelf. I've had days where I've gone in there and there have been things on the shelf, but nothing vintage or anything that I would find interesting to resell. So yesterday was one of those days where there just wasn't really anything at the Goodwill for me. You can look in the video and see it was just a lot of stuff, but that's kind of what it was. It was just stuff. So I'll keep checking and I'll keep going back, because there are some days where I'm filling up shopping carts full of it. And I really think it depends on, you know, what's being donated and when people are donating stuff. That's really, their shelves are determined by what people are donating. So I'll keep checking back on my Tuesdays and do my Tuesday trios. So moving on, skipping over the Goodwill, we will go to the Village Thrift. Now, Village Thrift has buy one, get one free picture frames and small pictures. There's like a basket that, like a basket shelf, where they have their picture frames and smaller prints stored, and it's buy one, get one free. So when I go there, I usually try and find at least 2 that I can pair up together so I can get mine free. I don't always find the free one, and not just going to grab something just for the sake of grabbing it. So it depends on the price of what it is as to whether or not I'll buy it solo. So yesterday when I was in the store, I came across this. And it's marked on the back, Holy Transfiguration Monastery. And this is in Boston, and this is dated 1961, and it has a really interesting emblem on the back. So as you can see, I paid 98 cents. This right here is one of my heartbreakers, because these little marker, the wax crayons that they use to mark this, they'll put it on the bare wood, and it's very difficult to get off. The only thing I've found to be able to get it off of the unfinished wood is to just lightly sand it. I try and get it off as best I can with a magic eraser, other means, alcohol, and do the best I can with that before I do it. And then, like, if there's any black residue, I just lightly go with the grain and kind of sand it off a little bit to hopefully get that off. But I really like the fact that it had this logo. These go for anywhere from $15 to $30. I've seen them sell for. So I'm probably going to list this for $25, and I paid 98 cents. So that was a pretty good deal. And for my freebie that I get when I buy a print, a little bit of, this is more of just, I wanted a research project and the history behind it. I love ephemera and finding articles or books, magazines, things that are kind of like a little time capsule of what was going on during a particular time. And I love doing the research for it. It's almost like a hobby for me to just sit down and research and look at different parts of history that may have been forgotten or may have not been noticed. So that was the case with this, in addition to the fact that it's just a really pretty print. So I actually got this for 58 cents. Well, it was free. It would have been 58 cents. And it's just unfinished. But taped to the back of it was this. And this is a little bio on the artist. And her name is Joan Ormsby, and she is from New Orleans. And there's actually there's actually information on her artwork and what she does. So this was actually taped to the back of it. So the main reason why I got this for free was because I saw this and I said, all right, I have to go home and research this and see what this is. So that was a fun little project, and I will probably sell that for about $15. I will list it for. One of her pieces is on eBay. It's a canvas, stretched canvas on like a crafting hoop. It's listing for $150, which it's beautiful. But on the back it's signed, and so its value is a little bit different than this one. So I'm listing this one for $15. I think it's a pretty little print, nice spring colors, so it should do well. And that is what I got yesterday. Tomorrow is Thursday, so that is when I will thrift the other side of the town and hit up some thrift stores there. see what kind of luck I can find at the thrift stores to find wonderful treasures to pass on to other people. So I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to shift gears and do a few what sold honorable mentions, and I hope you'll stick through for that. Thanks again for being here, and I really would love to see you in the next video. Bye. I wanted to show you guys these. I actually got these glasses in a box of random glassware that I found on the side of the road in a neighborhood. I don't think it was necessarily set out for the trash. It seemed to me more like a garage sale or someone was moving and they just set them out to the curb to be picked up. There was quite a bit. Some of it I donated, some of it I kept and listed, some of it I kept for myself. But I thought these were really pretty. They also had the goblets, the wine glasses that go with these. But these actually sold for $35, which I think is pretty good, seeing as how they were free. And they sold pretty quickly also. This is another sold listing that I wanted to share with you guys. This was part of my $10 fella bag. If you want to get more information on these or that experience, it was an estate sale where they handed out brown paper grocery bags and you could fill it and pay $10 for one bag. So I had quite a good time at that estate sale. So there's actually 2 videos on that. But so these were part of the fella bag. I would say, less than $1 for all of these. And they are newer, but they are collectible. They are Oneida, and they sold for $25 for all 6 of them. So I was pretty pleased with that as well. So that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope to see you again in the next video.